and taped the pantry shut before the prices climbed again. The radio kept cutting out between the weather and the warnings. 3 ships turned backward in a narrow strip of water, and every kitchen light stayed on long after midnight. A mechanic filled old bottles from a station running dry. He watched a driver leave half paid and wave apologetically. The paper cup shook hard against the counter in his hand. He chose to hand it back instead of starting one more fight. Everybody moved a little slower yesterday, counting what could still be carried if the power failed. The sky stayed clear, but nobody believed it. Somewhere far away, the fire touched every table, and still the children slept with open palms, like the world might play something gentle there. Screens in crowded windows flashed another market climb, while factory doors stayed locked behind exhausted guards. A nurse erased 2 names and wrote 3 others in their place, then called her son before the signal disappeared. A young man crossed a square with paint still on his sleeves. He covered up a slogan he once shouted without fear, not because he changed his mind about the broken things. He simply wanted one more morning with his family intact. Yesterday the streets kept choosing silence over smoke. People held their anger like a glass they could not drop. The headlines spread like storms across the ceiling, but underneath them someone folded laundry in the dark and hummed a tune they learned before all this, to prove their voice still belonged to them. Near dawn the trains resumed their tighter familiar rhythm. A baker opened early though the flour sacks were thin. He gave the first warm loaf away without a word, and watched 2 strangers split it on the curb. The morning news kept speaking about leverage and response, but sunlight hid the puddles in the alley just the same. A girl in oversized boots stepped over every crack, as if careful choices still could rescue something small. Maybe history